What's up, moneymakers and HCMC army? Welcome back to the channel. Here is my update for HCMC. Slightly delayed than what I told you in the past, but I know that you have been waiting for this video. We all have been waiting to hear back what HCMC is going to do in terms of the spin-off to HCWC. Take a look what they told us. The company is required to obtain certain regulatory and other approvals such as SEC approval, registration for the spin-off shares, and stock exchange listing approval. As you already know that they have been trying either on NYSE or NASDAQ. For the most part, as I understand, they are trying to get uplisted HCWC on NYSE. Before the distribution date that can occur, at present the company does not believe that these requirements can be achieved prior to June 29th, 2023. We are in July. Right now it's July 5th and we do not really have any update. We heard from HCMC that they have postponed. Take a look right here. HCMC, Healthier Choices Management Corp, announced the postponement of the record date for the spin-off of that HCWC, which is Healthier Choices Wellness Corporation. Now, what is going on? One of the things that I want to point out is we do not really see any updates within their news section. So this article or this press release was announced on May 26th. Take a look on their news section. We don't have this May 26th update here. After April 24th, we just do not really have any updates on HCMC's in the news, on the press release, on their website. Whether or not, you tell me, do you believe that HCMC's management is lagging, or they're checked out because now they're focusing on HCWC? My question is whether or not the HCWC spin-off is coming up or not. That is up in the question, because many times these things are not really straightforward. It may or may not happen right away. So I don't personally, I'm not a financial advisor, nor I'm a certified professional, so do your own due diligence, but it is questioning me what is going on because we do not have any updates. In that sense, I'm not expecting personally, again, do your own due diligence. This is only for the entertainment purposes or educational purposes, my own thoughts and ideas and my own opinion. But I don't believe that HCWC uplisting can happen in Q4, if that at all happens. So that creates some of the questions around whether HCMC will be able to pull this off, or they cannot really get this done, because you know that there were several mistakes also in the Philip Morris lawsuit that HCMC is infringing, or they're suing Philip Morris for the infringement lawsuit. You already know what happened with PTAB, and I'll cover that within next minute or so. But let's talk about what is going on. They started, by the way, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This video is only for the entertainment purposes, but we want to share and update and make sure that people really understand what is going on. This was as part of the 4-point plan. As you already know, HCMC announced last year in 2022, August 22nd, that they have a 4-point plan to increase the shareholder value. Number one, they want to buy back the common stock. This did not happen, by the way, because they have announced right here a buyback of up to $5 million of HCMC's stock. Now, I have been looking into this sec.go. You can also do that. You can go to sec.go and search for Healthier Choices Management Corp or HCMC, and you should be able to find out this company search result. I do not see anything that was bought by HCMC. The buyback did not happen. So that's number one. We do not see any update after June 12, 2023. And we have been waiting for this June 29th update. The last material update is on May 5th, as you see, for 10Q, which is quarterly report and earning. But they wanted to execute on this 4-point plan, and I'll tell you in a second what is working and what is not. Number one, buyback of the common stock. That did not happen. I don't want to really create negative video, and I cover the good, the bad, and the ugly. But the buyback did not happen for $5 million. Remember, this is not 5 million stocks. This is $5 million, right? Worth of the HCMC common stock they want to buy back, which did not happen. The second one is the spin-off of HCMC assets to a newly publicly traded company. the new company or new co until the name is announced. Now we know that the name is HCWC. That did not happen. So subsidiary spin-off, it did not happen. We are looking into 1 year and 1 quarter. So this was announced before 5 quarters by HCMC. Number 3, stock dividend. Now stock dividend is basically what they wanted to give in form of HCWC. HCMC will only be able to give the stock dividend if they get uplisted on NYSE or NASDAQ, which did not happen, by the way. So that's fine. Number 4, equity capital raises through the institutional investor. But there is a condition, as I understand. The equity capital raise info so far is HCMC will no longer have the same level of asset and increase, so on and so forth. In order to manage properly newly funded company, the new co, the contractual agreement or investment commitment for $13.25 million have been made for the same institutional investor that are investors in HCMC's recently completed offering of Series E preferred stock. Now understand this part. If the new company is not formed, this contractual agreement, in my personal opinion, not a financial advisor again, but it is not really legit because they want to invest in the new company. So all in all, what makes me think is this 4-point plan has not been executed. And it's been 5 quarters, and we do not really see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't believe that this is going to happen anymore because they're not going to buy back any stocks. If you think about HCMC's volume, we do not really see volume, which is, it makes sense. There's a rationale behind it. Number 1, HCMC is not going to be a forefront when it comes to the business of the company, business of the management. It will be the new company, as you already know. HCMC will continue to take or own the portfolio for IP, intelligent patent, IP portfolio, so on and so forth. But all these stores, all this revenue, and they're expecting $60 million worth of revenue in 2023, which I totally believe that they can exceed. They will be exceeding their own expectations because they have been doing pretty well in terms of the revenue. But their overheads are super high. Their EBITDA operational overheads are super high. I already talked to you, but I can show you once again that they have close to $20 million cash. They had close to $20 million cash at end of Q1 2023. Their expenses, however, were skyrocketing. Their grocery or sales or the production that they need to sell was pretty high. So they spent $13.5 million into, so this is the sale, by the way. Grocery sale, $13.5 million, but they had a loss of $2 million. Now this $2 million loss is coming out of the cost of grocery. Cost of grocery is 8.6. And then they have operating expenses of 6.8. So they have huge, humongous operational expenses. Their operating expenses, their EBITDA is pretty high. Of course, I understand the cost of grocery is high because of the inflation, and we can't really blame them. But what they can do, what they can control, whatever in their control is. That in their control is how to lower down loss from operation, how to lower down operating expenses. So all in all, I'll keep you posted as to what they are saying, but they started with everything that they could. They have also announced that the record date to be eligible, which was May 1st, and they already filed S1. Pending the registration statement, Form S1 relating to the spin-off having been declared effectively by U.S. Security and Exchange Commission, SEC. They anticipate that HCWC common stock will begin trading publicly in the second quarter or early in third quarter 2023. We're already in third quarter. As previously indicated, as HCMC is saying, will apply for listing HCWC common stock on NYSE American Stock Exchange. So that's where I'm coming from, right? So now that clarifies. In this particular press release, they told us that we'll have to wait until June 29th and we'll get some update. Their CEO, Jeff Hallman, said we're committed to completing our announced spin-off of HCWC as for the company's shareholder. The delay has been driven by approval matters outside of our control. My point is that there always will be delays, right? And it's been 5 quarters. Despite these challenges, they're saying this to you. I remain optimistic that matters will be timely dealt with and resulting in stock dividend for HCWC that will achieve the desired outcome for company and their shareholders. So once again, you want to take this with grain of salt. We don't really see volume, which is pretty okay. We may see the zero price point over and over again because people will not be trading in HCMC because HCWC will be on the forefront. Again, they are trying to get uplisted at $10, but we do not really have any updates. I'll keep you posted, but in my opinion, this 4-point plan is still not executed that they announced in August 2022. By the way, there is a ton of messages going on stock tweets. They still have 84,000 plus watchers. Take a look, 84,365. On the top of that, we have been hearing HCMC right now. We should be hearing some news from the company. Let's stay positive. So, while they have 85,000 watchers, at one point they had more than 400,000 shareholders when there was the whole GME, AMC short sell pressure, and when the community came together, HCMC was one of the very popular stock in my opinion. I know many of my viewers and subscribers love HCMC. Do subscribe to the channel, do click the like button, I'll keep you posted, but we know that they started with all the good intent. HCMC's management, maybe there's lack of the expertise, or they're just trying to shoot, that's a moonshot for them, I don't know, but the point is, there is a long delay. Now, what is happening in terms, so we talked about spin-off date, we don't have any updates, we do not have any updates for HCWC, again, I'll keep you posted, but what is happening with the infringement lawsuit? Now, there is definitely some sentiment. People are really, there's so much FUD going on, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and I'm not trying to say that it's a negative news for HCMC, because it is. Healthier Choices Management announced a successful appeal in ruling for the patent infringement against Philip Morris. But the point is, right now, what is the status of this lawsuit? The court said that let's wait for the PTAB. Now, PTAB did not really approve the application, and they are questioning basically whether it's patentable or not. And according to inter partes review, which suggests that the patent is not patentable, and HCMC has appealed. So it's not done yet, but until PTAB says there is a patent, it is patentable, what HCMC is claiming, that decision needs to come first. And I agree, and it's logical that what the federal court is saying, that the infringement lawsuit can only move forward after they figure out there's a legit patent. Now, what happened here? They received that they're disappointed with the decision that represents a position that the contrary of the USPTO's original decision granting a patent after examination. Now, they announced today, so this is again at the end of 2022, December 21st, HCMC announced that U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO Patent Trial and Appeal Board, PTAB, issued the final written decision in connection with the inter partes review of the patent 170, the patent that we have been talking about, the patent that HCMC is claiming that Philip Morris is infringing. The PTAB found that all claims of the patent are not patentable, which is really a big decision by the PTAB, by the authority. The company is evaluating their options as of then, including the possibility of exercising the appeal, the right of appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeals, with the Federal Circuit of the First requesting rehearing before PTAB. Now, the court, this Federal Circuit Court, they mentioned, again, I'm not a lawyer, but as I understand, they told HCMC that first, let's identify whether it's patentable, and then we will move forward with this lawsuit. Otherwise, it will be waste of time for everyone. Of course, for HCMC, Philip Morris, and also the jurisdiction or judiciary system, the court system, right? So everyone will lose their time, effort, energy, and of course the financials, the money after that, right? So this is where it's pending right now. The patent remains valid and enforceable until appeals have been exhausted. So technically, yes, the patent is still there, but the PTAB said already that it's not patentable, and we are in between in figuring out. What their CEO told us that in our litigation with Philip Morris, our appeal has been set for hearing on February 7th, 2023. Nothing happened there. Again, it's just going to be a time-consuming process. I'll keep you posted. I hope you like this update. If you did, do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.